Hello, everyone. Welcome to our live stream. My name is Davi. I'm from staycody.io. And today we have a vibe coding session where we try to prototype a community idea using Windsurf and Lovable in a 1 hour session and see where we get to. So that's basically the idea today. Here with me is Rafa Fuentes in the session. So, Rafa, do you want to say a few words before we get started?
Yeah, of course. Thank you, Davi. Yeah, I'm Rafa Fuentes. I'm a dev real estate.cody.io. I'm so happy to be here. I'm going to help you with any questions you have in the chat. So feel free to ask. Thank you.
Awesome. All right. Let me share my screen and then we can get started. Just a few seconds. Okay, let me just change here the layout to avoid hiding the screen. I think it works, right? Okay, so let's take a look at the staycody.io because the idea today is to get a community idea. You can see all the community ideas in this part of the website. Let me zoom in a bit here. So you can see we already have a lot of different ideas here. You can also vote on an idea that you like. So we can start like creating prototypes on it. But for a 2-day session, it's a 1 hour session. I was just taking a look here on some ideas, and we are going to start with a really interesting one. Let me just find it here. That's an application on Kodi to roast a raffle. This is something really interesting because we want to make it transparent and confidential, the draw. So I will just read it really quick to understand the whole idea. Basically, is to develop a decentralized raffle application that ensures participant confidentiality and fair winner selection. That's the most important part, right? Users can securely purchase raffle tickets with Kodi tokens, with all transactions protected to maintain privacy. And upon reaching the raffle's end date, the application utilizes Kodi's privacy-preserving technology to conduct a transparent yet confidential draw without exposing individual entries. The outcome for the winner is decrypted and publicly announced, providing results have been winning participants' entries remain confidential. To make it simple, the core part here is basically the draw to be confidential. And instead of having like an end date, I will suggest here to have like a end raffle so you can end it immediately because of the time constraint. So we can have a more control when we want to end the raffle. But it is really interesting. So let's start testing the prototype. What I will do now, I will start working today with two tools. One of that is the Windsurf that you guys probably already watched in the previous live streams that you already used it. And it's really cool if you want to start coding on smart contract using the Kodi libraries, because you can just have the context of all the code that you start by cloning the official Kodi hat repo. So let me just put it here. Let me open the Windsurf. You can also download the Windsurf editor here, windsurf.com, and you can select it fits you, Mac, Linux, or Windows. You can download it here. And okay, let's start by cloning an existing repo, an official repo that you have. Let me just here start cloning it. Oh, sorry, it's a typo here. And here you can take a look, for example, a sample smart contract using the MCP core. There is also some script so we can deploy it. to our testnet. And we also need to configure some keys in order to deploy it. But in order to start, let me just start with a prompt to ask the windsurf to create the smart contract. So let me put it here. Let me zoom in a bit so you can see it better. I will start by asking to create privacy preserving Raffle smart contract for Cody blockchain.
Sorry, Davi, are
okay.
you showing us while you are writing the prompt because we'll only see the windsurf
You are
side.
seeing the Windsor. Okay, let me reshare my screen again. Just a sec. Okay, I share the window instead of the screen. Let me share it again. Thanks, Rafa, for letting me know. Okay.
Great, looks now.
Okay. Let me just go back here. Okay, so I was writing here first prompt to ask the AI to create our Raffle smart contract so that you can deploy it on Cody blockchain. So I just started by ask the AI to create a privacy preserving Raffle smart contract for Cody blockchain with the following specifications. So we want here a contract. Let's say the contract name could be like the Cody Raffle. We also want some features like to make it simple. Let's say we will allow one ticket per wallet limit, just to make it simple. So let's use sequential ticket numbering, like 1, 2, 3, and so on. Ticket price. This is something important to be able to start. Initial price of 0.01 Cody, so you can buy it, so we can have sufficient Cody to buy it. And the random winner selection using C system. Okay, to have a fair selection. And let's use here some owner only functions. Owner only functions like to end the raffle, as I mentioned before, instead of waiting a specific time to end, let's have an option to end the raffle when we want, and distribute the prizes, so we can have a final option when the raffle is ended to distribute the prize. Let me add some more context here, so to be more effective in the prompt. Let's say for example, to track the total tickets sold. It's something we can add as a requirement, and also the total participants. And we can store the winning ticket number publicly, just to be transparent, right? We want to store it public. We don't need to care about hiding the ticket number at this point. So we need to add some options here. For example, to purchase ticket, an option to run the raffle, and to get my ticket number. I think it's something right important to get my ticket number. So if I'm using my wallet and my encryption key, I can get my ticket number and get the winning ticket number and claim prize. Okay, so this is basically the structure, the minimal requirements that you want, so that you can ask the AI to create it. Let me just add some more instructions, just to have just to deploy the contract, like build the code and help me to deploy the contract to Cody testnet. Right, so okay, let's see. We already have here this repository with examples, like a simple example using private storage. Okay, let's see. Let's ask to see the result. The first part here, the idea is like to create this smart contract. So with that, you can move forward to deploy it to Code testnet and then start creating the front end using Lovable. As you can see, Windsurf is analyzing my existing code just to get the context. As you can see here, is analyzing the private storage existing, this private storage contract as well, the scripts, the deploy script. It's cool. Wait. And also analyze the utils folder, the accounts. It's like understanding all the context. And now it started creating the Cody Raffle smart contract. Seconds to see the result. So just a recap, our idea here is to demonstrate how we can create like prototypes like that using the Cody privacy functions. In that case, we are going to create a raffle. And the core of the raffle is basically the draw. So it can select the ticket that will win. And that part should be like confidential. And let's see here, it's still creating. Okay, it's creating the tests, but for our prototype here, we are more interested at that point on the smart contract code. I already have a first version here. Let's see. Yeah, it's using the MCP core, the MCP random, Cody raffle, and it's using ticket numbers mapping, ticket owners mapping as well. Oh, it created a README file. Nice. It's a plus, right? Okay, let me take a look. It's still running. It's trying to install the dependencies now with the npm install. And okay, it's running, still running, probably here in that terminal. Yes. Okay, some warnings, not much. Let's see if you can get it working. Okay. Now it, okay, we try to run the test as well. Let's see. Hard hat test. How you accept the change at this point so that I can see the code. Okay, just a small, okay, just a problem here with the, let's see, with the imports. File MCP random. Let me just check here. The error, I think it's trying to, okay, it's already trying to fix it automatically.
So Davi, what we receive with this output is like the smart contract and also the file to deploy the smart contract to and test it.
Yeah, it's the test error. Let me see if I can get. Okay, it's still processing here. Let me try to compile the smart contract. Okay, I think it's now finished. Let me just clean a little bit the window here. Let me just try to hard hat compile to see. Yes, we have the same. I will try to ask the AI to help with that, just to see if you can get a good result using the prompt. Choreographo.sol. Let's see here the changes. Okay, it dropped the import of the MCP random, and we try to compile again. Okay, now we have a. Okay, now this contract is compiling. It will try to test it again. Okay, because this account wasn't founded, I think we don't need to care much at this point about the test, because we want to test that part here. Let's check the contract. We have the purchase ticket of the total tickets, the total participants. It's storing the ticket number, also the owner of each ticket. So we have here the opposite. We have ticket numbers, and so we can get the address, passing the address. Also, we can get the ticket owner with the ticket number. Okay. To get my own ticket, the winning ticket number, and also the function to end the raffle. Okay, let's see. We probably have something. Okay, we have the claim price as well. And emergency withdrawal. I think that part here, we are not using the Cody privacy functions to select the winner. We have here a random, because it's using a logic from the block. The timestamp, the block number is not exactly that solution that we are expecting, because we want to have here the privacy using the Cody privacy tools. So let me help the AI with that, providing some examples. Just a sec. Let me provide an example of how we can get that. Okay, what we are trying to do here, I will paste a small part of the function here with that random selection part that we want to be added here. As you can see, the windsurf couldn't get it right, but I will add it here in the prompt in a sec. Let me just, I want to use Cody privacy feature in order to get the winning ticket number. And I will provide an example here of the method name that we can get that, how we can get a random number. So we need to pass, actually we have one from MCP core, that's a run bounded bits 64, but we need to pass the number of bits to that function. So let's see if it can guess the correct solution just by providing an example here. I think this is the hardest part of the prototype, just to tell the AI how to use the correct function in order to do that. Oh yeah, okay. Now as I can see, it's using the correct one. Not 100% correct, but you are almost there, because it used the round bounded bit 64, that's correct. And also it's calculating the total bits necessary. Okay, it's a bit complicated, but we have now that part here. Okay, basically the windsurf tried to add a method here that doesn't exist. Let the number know. Okay, the random number is here. I will try to get to add one more example here in the prompt just to help with that here. But after that, let me just try to use it. If you can get it fixed by the windsurf automatically. Okay. It's understanding the problem now, reading the code. Yeah, that part here is not correct, because we need now, once you have the random number, we need to decrypt it and save the winning number into the smart contract, right? So we can, okay, now it's back to the previous solution. It will write, it was almost there. Okay, let me provide the full context that time. As I mentioned, this is the hardest part, to tell how to use the correct function, because it's a very specific one that we are trying to use just to select the random number. Okay, let me accept here the results. Okay, not good. Let me provide here more context. Okay, it's still generating. I will wait. We have a function review. Okay. Okay, stopped here. I will provide now more context. Let me provide on how to do that, Clean price. Okay. Sorry, it was still right in the code. Now it seems, okay, it seems correct. Round bounded, decrypt the number. Once you have the decrypted number, we need to get it. It's starting by 1. So it will be set to the winning ticket number. And with that, yeah, we'll have the number decrypted and we can save it. Okay, let's try to compile the smart contract now. Let me move this here to the other screen. Hard hat compile. Okay, looks good. Ticket price 0.01. Okay. It's testing, but okay, let's keep the test for a while. We could compile it. Okay, let me just take a look at the entire code. We have the emergency withdrawal, we have the get winner address, the claim price, okay, and the end raffle here using the MCP core to get a random number based on the bits necessary for that. Okay, looks good. Purchase ticket function, so you can send Cody and it will check if we are sending the correct token, the correct amount of Cody. And also, as I mentioned in the beginning, I can only buy a single ticket just to simplify the prototype, and it's handling the total tickets and the total participants. Okay, looks good. Now let's move on to deploy the contract. So help me to deploy this contract to Kodi testnet. And in order to deploy it, we'll need to have an account, a funded account on Kodi. So even though I asked to help me with that, but we'll probably get blocked by this because we need to configure our account that we are going to use to deploy this smart contract. So yeah, it's analyzing the aim file, just see what we need in terms of, for example, the private key, the encryption key as well. So it's now checking the content, okay. But the idea now is to create a new account. So this is something that we need because in order to deploy the contract, we need to spend some gas to deploy it on the testnet. So I usually use this playground. Your MetaMask account created, you can use your MetaMask account for that as well. But just to show you how to do it from scratch, I'm using that address here. That's just like a playground, very simple one that help you to sign messages on Kodi. But I'm using this playground here to create a new account. So I click on this button here and it will generate a new private and public key for me. As you can see here, I have a new public key and a new private key. And I can generate my encryption key based on those keys here. Let me just click on it. As you can see, I need to fund that account first. So for that, I will click on this button here. And it will guide me through the process of asking for some faucet on Kodi. What I need to do is basically copy that message here and open the faucet. In order to get some faucet, we need to go to the Discord channel. So this link will redirect you to the correct Discord channel. Just accept the invite, and then we can paste this message on the group. For example, here we can see there's a lot of message here of people asking for some faucet, and I will paste here the message testnet. This is the network that we want to get the Kodi tokens, and our public key. Let's wait for a few seconds. Okay, now I have 10 Kodi on this account here. We can also check it if I go to the Kodi testnet and I paste my testnet.kodiscan.io. I can paste my public account, my public key, and as you can see, I can see the coin transfer, and now I have 10 Kodi coins on my wallet. This is an important step in order to deploy the contract. And what I need from this, I need my private key and my AS key. So now that I have the account funded, I can generate my AS key. That's basically the encryption key, the key that I use to encrypt the message. So if I want to send something to the smart contract that I want to make it private, I need to encrypt it. I need to encrypt it using my encryption key. So, okay, I have AS key generated. I have it here. I will show it here for this demo. Of course, you don't need to. I encourage you not show it to anyone if you are using your real account, because if you share with someone can decrypt your message. Same thing for the private key, because the private key, if you share it, you are sharing your access to your wallet, and people can steal your keys, right? Your coins. So let's get back to the windsurf. What I need to do now, I have a end file here. Probably windsurf added it here with some dummy data. I will copy and paste this example here, and I will paste here. And now I can provide the data that this file is asking me, basically the public key. I will copy and paste here. The user key, let me copy here and paste it here. And the signing key, that's my private key. Let me copy and paste it here. I will save this file. And now I will ask the AI to deploy this smart contract to the Cody testnet. So help me to deploy it to Cody testnet. Okay, let's wait here. I will help to deploy the Cody raffle contract to Cody testnet. Let's check there is a deployment script in your project first. I need to create a deployment script for your Cody raffle. So it's trying to create a new deploy script just for that. I think we already had one, yeah, but yeah, for some reason Windsurf it's updating this one here. Okay, let's see the code and also the script that we need to run in this terminal here, probably. Let's wait. Okay, we have some errors here. Okay, because it's trying to validate, yeah, to verify smart contract, but we don't need it now. Okay, this is the result. We deployed to the testnet, and now we get we have the contract deployed to this address here. Let me copy this and check where testnet to see. Yeah. Contract is there. Contract a few seconds ago. Okay, it works. Let's go back here. Okay, now we have the first part done. We created the smart contract raffle. And now the second part is we are going to create the front end so we can start interacting with this smart contract. So let me move, let's move to the Lovable. Okay. And now we need to provide context for Lovable in order to create our front end side. Lovable is really cool tool, AI tool. You can get really nice front end interfaces. I mean, I really like it. And you can use it from your browser directly. You don't need to download it. You can just go to the lovable.dev and you can start trying, right? So let me provide here a context. So the idea here is to tell the Lovable how to create the interfaces for us. So let me just use a prompt that I used to use in that kind of situation. Yeah, we need to provide at least the contract address so that Lovable can know exactly to which contract to connect to, and also the ABI of the contract, because the ABI is where we can get all the details about the methods, the parameters. So with that, Lovable can guess the user interface that need to be created to support that. So let me here copy a prompt template, something like that. So I want to create a simple interface for a raffle for a Cody testnet deployed contract. Here I will paste the contract address. Let me go back here. I think is it still running here, right? No, let me just stop it. Okay. This is the contract address. Let me copy here and paste here. And the ABI, you can find the ABI in the artifacts folder inside this folder contracts. And we have here the Cody raffle.sol, and we have a JSON file here. And here's the ABI, right? You can see here this, okay, it's a JSON with a lot of details about the contract. Let's just copy and paste this part here. and paste the ABI here. We also, in that prototype here, we need to provide some examples on how to connect with the Cody ethers, because one get when we start using tools like the Lovable, that they don't have sufficient context library they need to import into the project. So just to make sure the library that we want to use to avoid confusion, like using the standard ethers library, I will tell the Lovable exactly the library that we need to import. Let me copy and paste some examples, right? So here is basically the name of the library that we are going to use. That's the Cody ethers. And I also provide here some examples on how to interact with the Cody ethers for like signing a message and other common operations. For example, here we have a way to set the encryption key, how to use the provider properly, and also the ABI that we are providing here in the contract address as well. So let me just copy and paste it here, and let's see the result. It's our first try, right? We already have the contract created, and now we are providing the context to create the front end. Let's try with that and see what happens. I'm just adding more and more context here just to make it quick, but we can also play with Lovable with less context than that, but we'll probably need to interact a lot until you get something working. But it's part of the job, right? It's part of the live coding. I mean, to interact with the Lovable and understand also what the prompt that we need to provide. One thing that I usually do in some projects that I work using Lovable or V0 is when we have the project finished, you ask the AI to give you a prompt that will work next time. So you can do like the inverse. You can create your application and ask the AI to give you the prompt if you want to replicate it right next time, and to understand exactly what is sufficient or not to include in the prompt. But just if you want to, I mean, start from scratch again with the same idea, it's a good exercise to understand all the main points that's important to the AI to understand before starting your project. Okay, let's see what happens now. Lovable is working on the solution.
So, Davi, like, we should also onboard our account to use this dApp.
Yeah, we need to onboard first. We did it using this playground here. The onboard is basically the idea of generating your encryption key for your account, because when you create, for example, your private and public key, it's something that happens off-chain. Let's say we can't create key using just a library for that. Encryption key, you need to interact with the contract. We need to interact on-chain, right, with a special contract that will onboard you on Cody, and then we have your encryption key, right? Once you have it, let me just show it here. This encryption key will be always the same. If I try to regenerate it again, you can see it will key. So this is basically the onboarding process, right? So, and it's important because all the privacy features is based on your encryption key. We need to have it in order to encrypt and decrypt data, right? So on-chain, all the data on-chain will be encrypted. So this is the reason why you cannot like get data from someone else, because you don't have their encryption key. So this is the important part, your account. And then after that, or before that actually, we need to fund your account, because it once we generate a EAS key, we need to spend some gas to do that. So we need to fund your account first before onboarding it on the on Cody. Let's get, okay, it's still working on the solution.
Yeah, it's a big prompt. Super big
Yeah.
prompt.
Let's see. I try not make it so complicated, but yeah, let's see the results, and then we can adjust it accordingly, like removing some features that you don't need to use now. But the whole idea is to get at least a button to buy, to purchase ticket, at least to purchase one ticket, and to have at least two participants, right? Otherwise, we'll have like a random selection for one participant. Doesn't make much sense, but
Yeah.
oh, really nice.
So
We
cool. So
have
cool.
so cool, yeah. Cody Raffle. Oh, with a special effect on the logo. It created a logo for it. Okay, purchase a ticket for. Let me click on. Okay, build unsuccessful. I will open it in external window. Yeah, we need to click on. Okay, it's a bug on Lovable. I need to refresh the screen in order to enable the try to fix button. Let me click on again and try to fix it. Yeah, we have okay, we have a problem while building, but at least we could see a first interface. Looks good. Yeah, let's wait Lovable to fix it so you can start testing.
Yeah, that's the power of Lovable version 2. Like, that's why we receive a so cool UI.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, really cool. Yeah, comparing to V0, for example,
Yeah.
I remember that V0 is more like very, very simple interface. And here we can have more modern front
Yeah.
end. Cool. So yeah, I'm expecting to have at least, as I was saying, a button to, of course, connect the wallet, but after connecting the wallet, to be able to purchase at least one ticket. And then I will share it with Rafa, so Rafa can, if you want, Rafa, you can buy a ticket.
Yeah.
If not, I can switch my account here and select a second one, just to have at least two participants. And then I will end the raffle, and then we can see the winning ticket, and then claim the prize, right? So the winner will get all the prize. The winner takes all, and that's basically it. Very simple, like a lottery or something like that. But okay, I have fixed the error by adding. Nice. Let's try again. Let me close this one here just to avoid confusion. Failed to fetch raffle information, but let's try just to see how far we can go with that version here. Oh, really cool. Even though we got an error here, but it seems that at least so far it's working well. Now we have the ticket. Let me zoom in a bit. The total tickets that 0, and the participants. Okay, let's buy one. Let's see. It will. Okay. I can see. I'm not sure. Click again. Let me click on again. It's no penny. It's connected with the right wallet. 0x0d7. Okay, it's right. But no penny transactions here. Right.
It's
It
like the
seems
trouble
like
like
there
the last
is,
time.
yeah,
You can
it's,
try to reset your wallet or lock and then open it again.
yes, sure. Let me just do that. Just okay, same. Let me refresh it a bit. Because we still have a error here, probably it has to do, let's say, okay. Fetching raffle stat contract not initialized. Let me try again. I will copy and paste that here, just to give more context about the error to the Lovable. And let me close this window here. Okay. Just a sec. Let me go back here to Lovable. 1 minute ago. Okay, that's the correct. It's writing something here. Okay. Let's wait Lovable to fix it.
Yeah, this kind of issues always happen when we try to use an AI tool for frontend because they have not enough context maybe sometimes.
Exactly. Oh, let me try again now. I have a new link to the preview. Okay, we connect my account. Cool. Okay, still showing something in here. I will try again. Interesting. Because I cannot see the
Like the transaction.
the prompt, right? I will.
Oh, we can use like other wallet maybe.
Yeah, let me try to install a new one here. Rainbow,
Yeah.
for example. I think it works, right? Rainbow. Okay, I think I have it. Let me just enable the rainbow. Okay. Just a sec. I'm trying to set the rainbow wallet so we can try again using a new wallet. adding it here again. Let's wait for a few minutes. Okay, let me create a new one here. Okay, let me import that wallet. I already have that wallet here. Let me just import it. Okay. I will refresh the page now. Let's see the result because now we have another wallet.
Great. Oh, did you add the Cody testnet network to Rainbow
Yeah,
Kit?
that's exactly. We need to do that. I need to do that. Network. Yes. Custom network. Cody testnet RPC. Let me confirm here. Let me get it from MetaMask.
Yeah, like anyone that wants to add like Cody testnet, you should go to docs.cody.io and should appear in features. Sorry, in faucets, and in faucets it appears all the information about the Cody mainnet, the Cody testnet, like RPC, Explorer, Cody symbol, and Cody blockchain name. But a quick hack that you can use is like going to the Explorer in testnet and the mainnet, and in the footer appears like a button that says something like add network, and you should click on there, and that's it. You
That's
already
here,
added
right?
the network.
Yeah.
Yeah. Should appear in somewhere.
Connect.
Yeah, let's try to connect there.
Rainbow. Yeah. connect to testnet Cody. It's right. Let's check it. Okay, so I think we're now connected to, yeah, testnet. Right. Good
Yeah.
catch.
Yeah.
Yeah, we can use so testnet Cody scan.io to connect directly. And now let's go back here. Let me close that and open again. Okay, let me close the MetaMask. Really weird to have those warnings, but I will disable that for a while. Yeah, we still have some fetch problems. Now it's different. Could not decode result from price data. Interesting, because we have the price data here. Let me refresh the page. Okay, I will provide this information to Lovable. Yeah, always the same. Let me go back here and add this. Between the ABI and the actual contract deployed, fix this issue, better run. Okay, let's wait. So yeah, we already have like the first screen with the buy ticket. So now the idea is to try to buy at least, one ticket for me, one ticket for Rafa, and then we can test the end route and claim the prize. It's basically the goal. We still stuck in this part, but let's see if Lovable will be able to fix it.
Yeah.
It's also correct. The ticket price is correct because I set it to be 001 Cody. Okay. I think it's finished. We close it and open the new version. Okay, and different message now. Fail to purchase ticket. We have different. Okay, we'll clean it and buy again. Could not decode result data. The ticket price. Okay, it's okay. The same. Ticket price. Okay, it's a new one here. Yeah, it seems to be the API probably. Let me update the API. We passed the API again. Something with that, I think.
Can we check the code that Lovable did?
We have an option here to see the code, the dev mode.
Yeah.
Switch to the dev mode.
Just to check the client.
We have the hooks,
I think it's in Raffle Actions, maybe.
raffle actions.
Okay.
Purchase
Um,
ticket. We have a meta here to purchase. Okay. From service
Services. Okay.
Web3, services Web3 here.
Yeah, that's the ABI. Hmm.
And also, let me find the purchase ticket.
There we go.
Yeah, we're passing to the purchase ticket value. That's correct. And something wrong with that, probably, right? Yeah, how to handle the correct value to pass to the purchase ticket. Probably here, pro. Okay. Refactor Web3. Okay. Still. I'll try it again. Let's try a few more things before we move forward. We had a time frame of 1 hour, but let's try a few more times here, just to see if you can get at least the buy ticket done. If not, I will show an example that I did before, just to have like an idea on how it looks like when finished. But yeah, sometimes you need more time to work with the Lovable, um, to have it correctly, to fix all the errors in the code.
Yeah, and it's normal because like it's
Yeah.
not like the first 2 or 3 prompts should be already done, because when we work with smart contracts, and specifically for a private smart contracts, it's so hard to explain Lovable like a big context to understand what kind of output should retrieve. So in these cases, it's normal just to be stuck in some steps and try again, and let's try again and try again. But it's okay. If anyone that wants to create like a app, should uh, always will happen for you, but it's fine. Like, just let's try again and just figure it out how to resolve, and just check it out the examples that Cody provide us in GitHub, and just try to provide that examples to Lovable or V0 or Bolt or any AI you are using. So yeah, that's what Davi's actually doing right now.
Cool. Okay, let's see this. Okay, still filling the build process. If you refresh the page. Cannot find cannot find him signer. Okay. connect my account. Okay, let's see if I can get the price, the ticket price. Okay, even though we have errors here, we can see the winner selected, raffle ended, could not decode data. Okay. Yeah, let's try. Okay, we're almost running out of time. What do I want to show you? I can, of course, we can try to start it again, but maybe it takes so long to have everything done. But I will try to show you here. Yeah, this existing app here. What was the original idea? Is to show you something like that, some Cody testnet raffle. I may need to connect here with another account because I tested it with a different account than that. Maybe we can try to switch, or in that case, yeah. Basically, the idea was to buy the tickets, and I don't know if this raffle was already finished or not. Let me try to buy something here. Okay. Yeah, it's almost, yeah, it's finished. Yeah. Because once finished, I cannot buy tickets anymore. But the idea was basically to buy tickets using the Cody, and then at the end we can just finish the raffle, and we can't claim the prize. I don't know, Rafa, we can maybe try one more thing here. I will try again just to paste a new prompt. I mean, a more simple one maybe. I tested it with the same one, but let's see the results again. Let's try, right? And then we can move forward. We have here the contract address, the ABI. And let me now add a different context here. Just a sec. Okay. Okay, let's try with that again, just to see if we can get a different result. The winning ticket number. I will also check here the smart contract to see. Okay, no parameters on the purchase ticket. Yeah, we don't have parameters in any of the methods, just the constructor. No, just default values and the owner that deployed the contract. Okay. Let's try. But yeah, that's the real, I mean, the real Lovable. And yeah. I tried it before, a very similar prompt. And I guess it depends. I mean, sometimes it will generate a very cool solution. Other times, we need to start start interacting with it as we did today. We probably need much more time to have a prototype finished. But it's exactly the real experience when you are dealing with the AI. We can sometimes have something really fast with it, but that time, specifically that time, it was not the case. Let's try a last try now to see something different happens. Here's our ABI. Let's check the library. Okay, it's using the Cody ethers. It's correct.
Okay, let's go ahead. Something interesting about when we are trying to interact with smart contract, we always need to check that exist three big components to get a better result. All right. The first one is the ABI, that is the result of the compile of the smart contract. The second one is the address of the smart contract, and the third one is the client. In this case, is the signer. That means that is your wallet. That, for example, the Davi's wallet, and that provides actually the RPC URL, and it's actually the provider that will call the address with the struct of the ABI. So we always need to check that those three things is in our tab. So all the time, all the time, all the time.
Cool. Okay, refresh. Yeah, we got a build error.
Yeah.
Again, error below. Installing the pack. Okay, look at that. It's trying to use a completely different library. The library that we that we sent in the
Wow.
prompt. I don't know why it's trying to.
Install that
Yeah,
thing. It
Lovable.
doesn't exist.
It's hallucinating. Yeah, it's hallucinating today. We weren't lucky this time, right? Because even the library this time is not correct.
Yeah.
Um, yeah, we pause it because Lovable is trying to, yeah, it couldn't understand the correct name. I will put here.
Yeah.
And I remember that I added to the prompt at some point. Yes, here. Code eaters. Code.io, code eaters. Yeah. Yeah, and focus on using just code.io code eaters. Yes. It's really cool that you can add some integrations here with Supabase or even GitHub. So we also have some cool, integrations if you want to add like infrastructure on it, like a backend infrastructure. So, or even a database you can connect to the Supabase and create a database for you, and then you can start integrating with it. Really cool. I think V0 is
Yeah.
also have this possibility of integrating with Supabase. So it's cool because you can ask to generate the database for you. For example, it can create a mock version, and then you can later move it to a real database, and then connecting with Supabase can create all that you need in order to connect with the database. Really cool. Okay,
Yeah.
now we have not so beautiful as the previous one, but yeah, we have another version here to test. Let me preview that. Oh, cool. Yeah. Now instead of ask me to ask me the private key. Okay, let's do that. And my ES key. Okay. It's not formatting accordingly, but okay. We have some really simple interface with some errors here. Error in the console, but we can see some problems where loading the promise here. And actually, I don't have any button here to purchase my ticket. Add a button to purchase a ticket. And it's really interesting because I actually copy and paste exactly the same prompt. As you can see, I got a completely different result, right? Completely different. And yeah, interesting.
Yeah, sometimes it's weird. The output that retrieves Lovable. And actually not Lovable, like all the AI.
Yeah. The first time Lovable created integration with MetaMask for me. It's really cool.
Mm.
And a really nice and a beautiful UI. And now it degraded a little bit the quality, but yeah, the prompt was the same. But as you
Yeah.
can see, that time I'm not able to connect with the MetaMask. I just have the option to provide my private key and the AS key. And I couldn't find any button to purchase the ticket. Okay, now we probably have a version that you can
Okay.
buy a ticket. Okay, I need to copy and paste again the private key and the AS key. Even though it said that there is a button here, buy a raffle text. The button is now larger, more visible, and includes the ticket price. Okay.
Oh,
You
what a
cannot
liar.
see. Okay. I cannot see the button in the screen. Yeah, well, yeah. As you can see, we need to. What got my attention is basically the fact that we can have a completely different result each time that they try with the same prompt. Okay, I just share the ABI. Probably we need to get something more like a requirement
Yeah.
items. Yeah, it could be like a lessons learned from it. Maybe we need to adapt a little bit the prompt to have something more similar to a specification, right? What we need. It's now modifying the components. The button is now visible on the screen. I fixed several issues that were preventing it from showing up. Okay, let's see if the time we'll be able to. I will close those two here. I probably need to copy and paste again. You're right. My private key, my ES key. Oh, good. Okay, the number of participants is not correct. Probably it's the mid data, the total tickets. Okay, it should be 0, right? But I will test this button. Okay. This is a demo in a real app. You would now purchase a ticket. Okay. Okay. It's not integrating with the smart contract. Just the wallet, okay, to get the correct public key. Yeah. As you can see, completely different results using the prompt. Yeah, as we're running out of time, Rafa, we'll stop here.
Yeah.
I think we
Okay.
got like some really good insights from using the AI. And probably the challenge was a bit more complicated than expected for the time frame that we have. We probably have like more time to interact with it in order to have like a application working correctly. But we could notice here the challenges that we still have when we try to use the AI tools. Probably we need to adapt the prompt a little bit in the next time. We will probably have another session with prototype community ideas, and we'll probably try different approaches here because we have like a time constraint, and that time it was really hard to first to teach how to create the contract using exactly the correct random method. But at the end, we got it. We got the result correctly. So we have the contract that at least is using the correct method, MPC method, to do that. But we had some problems with the front end side because we want to connect with the MetaMask to buy a ticket.
Yeah.
and then we need to end the raffle and then claim the prize. So I mean, a lot of information for the AI to handle that time.
Maybe.
Maybe we
Yeah.
need to reduce the scope next time. Try to do let's say a button to select a random number and just test
Yeah.
the privacy function, right? But yeah, that's it. That's the goal, is to do something real. So we could see in this session the step by step from the idea to that point where we are now. And as I mentioned, we will have new sessions very similar to that we are trying to, in a specific time frame, to code prototype. You try to change the approach the next time a little bit, so we can have, but we could at least see all the steps and all the errors that's common to have when you are interacting with the AI tools. And that's it. We stop now. We are running out of time now. I don't know, Rafa, do you have some final words to share?
No, just invite to all our viewers just to keep updated with Cody Twitter account, or Cody X actually, and you will know about the following live streams. And also visit state.cody.io that you will see the following updates, the following live streams, so you can uh well, you've been updated there, and also you can propose an idea. All right, so nothing
Yeah.
else, Davi. Thank you so much.
No, thanks, Rafa. Thanks for joining today. And yeah, you can check out, as Rafa mentioned, all the next live streams that you have. And then that's basically it. Thanks, everyone, for watching. And stay Cody. See you next time. Bye bye.